morning. Welcome to Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. Hey, I post on the internet every now and then. Even though we're off grid, I have this little iPhone and it allows me to, get on the internet, and I have a little keyboard on it. It's very difficult to type on, but I'll post every now and then, things. And the other day I posted a post telling people, get ready, kind of a motivational post, think about what you're doing and what you're not doing. And it was taken wrong. People said I was being condescending, and whatever. You can't see the nonverbals, when you just read somebody's post. And I think y'all who watch this video channel for any length of time kind of know how I am. And we all need a kick in the pants every now and then. We all need some motivation. I do. And so that was kind of what I was doing, and it was taken wrong. Okay, big deal. But it came out of a conversation that I didn't take the time to, type out, because I don't get to type like this. I have to type like this on this phone. But it came out of a conversation that we had here on Shofar Mountain with the Saints and with some people who were visiting. And, here on Shofar Mountain, honestly, I bet you we are more prepared for what's coming down the pike than 97% of Americans. I just pulled that number out, but we are more prepared than the vast majority of Americans. We have community, we have a group, we have sustainable agriculture going on, yada, yada, yada. So I don't think that's too much of an exaggeration. And still, I told the Saints this. We know what's coming. Now, we know what's coming from a physical, humanistic, the dollar's going to crash kind of thing. All it takes for that is some education and looking at the world. We know what's coming conflict-wise, between the various nation states out there. And we can read the writing on the wall, like you can, right? We also, here at Shofar Mountain, I believe are more spiritually attuned than many people. And we can see what's happening in the bigger picture, all right? We can see that coming down the pike. And like I said, we are more prepared than most people. And yet and still, what I told the Saints was, I think the day is coming. Perhaps not too far in the future, when we're going to look back on this time and regret, and then I don't let people regret things, and, I don't dwell in the past, but just work with me here. Regret the fact that we didn't spend more time getting ready, that we didn't put more effort into preparing for what we knew was coming, So, and that's where I'm at with you. You know what's coming. And so, this is what I told the people on the internet, and they hated me for it, but hopefully you'll take it differently. You know what's coming. What are you doing about it? Because we have to live lives of balance, right? I mean, we can't just be building our doomsday bunker 24 hours a day and, canning food all day long. I mean, you got to go out and enjoy life and paddle a canoe around or, whatever. But really, how are you structuring your day? Time management. I used to be like you, most of y'all. I'd get up in the morning, take a shower, go to work all day. Towards the end of the day, I'd be thinking about all the things I wasn't doing on our little farmette. And so I'd have these grandiose plans for what I was going to do when I got home. And, 15 minutes from home in that car. And, hey, guys, I did not have a physically demanding job. I sat in a cubicle. 15 minutes from home, it would just be like my batteries went, and I'd get out of that car and get in the house and graze my way through the kitchen and then sit down and chill out a little bit, no energy to work, have dinner with the family, and then depending on where I was in my walk, either watch a movie or get into the Word, take another shower, go to bed, and get up and do it again, right? That was my life. I left that life behind. I kicked it out, and we moved out here. Life is slower, and we have a more gentle rhythm out here, if you will. And yet and still, we have priorities of things we do. I have to get water today. I have to fill up some water containers out of our well, have to pump the water so that we have water to drink. We've got to get firewood put up, yada, yada, yada. And so we have things to do. But do we spend all our time doing it? Look at me now. Am I working on Shofar Mountain? No, I'm kind of working for you right now, right? I'm sending this video for you. And so I think when it comes, we're going to say, man, I wish that, I may say, just put me in it. I may say, man, I wish instead of making all those videos and spending hours making those videos, that instead I had been chopping more wood, just as an example. To put up for the winter or something like that. And then I use positive motivation and positive mental attitude, and I'll tell myself, no, you did good and you helped people, yada. So I'll do that. But still, how much time do I even here spend on the internet just wasting time? Wasting time. Time that you're not going to get back. I had a friend who used to say time is our most precious resource because once you use it, you can never get it back. Time is not a renewable resource. And so I just encourage you to think about that. Encourage you to think if you are one of those people, and you probably are, who know, the end is nigh. The dollar's going to collapse, or, the World War III is going to start, or there's going to be a false flag, or, there's going to be a solar flare, whatever. If you really think that, then what do your actions demonstrate? What are you doing with your free time this weekend? How much food do you have put up? There he goes again on the food. Because right now food is cheap. Buy food. But where are you at? And so that's on the physical preparedness side. Let me tell you something else. Because I feel led to go here more and more. You need to get right with the Most High, with God. Somebody said, who's the Most High? With God, all right, with Yahweh. Some people say Yahweh, the Lord. You need to get right with Him. And when you're standing before Him on that day, and you look back on your life, wow, what about your priorities then? Because see, I'm talking to the believers now, right? We know He is, right? And we know that we are here, we're put here to please Him. That's it. That's what we're here for. And yet and still we do things like go store wheat, right? I mean, I'll tell myself a little bit, something like that. And it's like, hey, how are you spending your day relative to your relationship with Him? Because really you will say, and I'm talking to believers, you will say intellectually, He is the most important thing. Cool. I agree. So if He is, how are you spending your time? How are you investing that non-renewable resource of your time in this effort, if you will, for what is most important in all creation? Him and your relationship with Him. We all have a lot of work to do there. All of us. We can do more work there. Something that's been on my mind, and again, I'll just throw this out there to you because I guess this is one of those rambling videos. The scriptures, when we read about all scripture is good for doctrine and yada yada, and when we know that Jesus, Yeshua, that He quoted from scripture extensively. Do you know all that scripture was what most people call Old Testament? The Torah, the prophets, the Psalms, that kind of thing. I don't think we're reading that enough, any of us. I think we should all be reading that more and more and more. Am I saying don't read the New Testament? Absolutely not. You should read it. But I'm thinking that most of us could benefit more from reading Torah. Oh, there he goes on his Jew thing again. Guys, I'm not a Jew. All right. The Torah was written for everybody. First 5 books of the Bible. And you should read it, and you should understand it, and you should internalize it into your soul. Rules for living. Spend some time in the Word. Spend a lot of time in the Word, and then spend time talking to Him, to our Creator. Ask Him to guide you. Ask Him to show you the way. Ask Him to show you what He wants you to do this week. Seek guidance from Him, and then listen. Listen. And then when you hear, you got to go do it, right? All right, so, hey, the video today, look at your time. Look at how you're spending your time. Think about it. Maybe realign your priorities a little bit to what's important in life. If you say it's important, then treat it like it's important. And I'll see you out there.